Hi, this is Tim Hamilton, the co-host of the Maryland Crabs, and I'm here with a crab cake for your listening pleasure. What's a crab cake? Well, it's not quite a full episode, it's just a little snippet. Stay tuned and check it out. Make sure you check us out on themarylandcrabs.com. You can follow us on Twitter at MD Crabs Podcast or find us on Facebook at the Maryland Crabs Podcast. Don't forget, subscribe, rate us, iTunes. Go there now. It's a Maryland Crabs crab cake. And I'm here with Jessica Pachler, who is the director of the Eastport A Rockin event that's coming up on June 17th. That's this Saturday.
Hi.
And you just nodded. I'm like, do you know how this works?
Hi.
Now we got it. We're rolling now. So this is a big deal for you because, I mean, you look like you haven't slept for a while.
That's just because I have 4 kids.
You make it. I think you're like 50 or 60 of them.
Maybe I have 50 or 60.
But so when I think about the events that hit Annapolis, I think of like Midnight Madness. I think about the Tug of War. And Eastport A Rockin has become one of those just iconic shows and events here in Annapolis that just the whole city shuts down for. And yet another one I've never come to because I'm afraid to leave my house. Although, I'll tell you what, this one has a special place in my heart because I remember about 6 years ago, I ran into John before we were doing the podcast, and he was at Red Wine Bar, and it was like 9 o'clock, and he walked in, and he'd had a couple, and he was purple. He was that sunburned
from being at Eastport A Rockin.
And that gave me such joy just to see him in so miserable.
So that would be my reminder that if it's sunny on Saturday, remember to wear your suntan lotion because we do not sell suntan lotion on site, but maybe we should.
Or sunblock. Suntan lotion.
Sunblock,
like a child of the 70s.
Sunblock.
You're getting like baby oil, putting it on,
exactly.
putting toothpicks between your toes. So I've never been to this thing. So break it down for me. I've heard many stories about it.
So it is. This is our 21st year. It started off as a stage, and there were James Borcheld and a few of the neighbors around here got together, and they wanted to showcase local music at that point. James owned Cafe Gurus at that point, which is at the corner of Second and Chester, and is where Leeward Market is today. And he and some of the local guys had gotten together, and they wanted to throw a little concert or whatever to support local music. And they did. And that was one stage and a few hundred people.
Where was it? Right here?
It was right here, right down at the end of 2nd Street.
We're at McNaspy's, by the way. We are on site. That's what professionals we are. We actually came here to do it.
Exactly. So it was...
John made me.
So it was started by James Borcheld and Matthias Munch. I was talking to him yesterday.
Matthias Munch.
Yes.
Who
owns Osmotech right over here. He's been in Eastport for quite some time. And he, back when Eastport was all maritime, he does gel coat work. Anyway, he and James got together with some of the other local guys, and that first year they raised $1,400. And it has since grown from them. We now have 4 stages. We have 37 bands that play.
And you make $2,800. You've doubled it.
Doubled it to $2,800. Actually, I don't know what the percentage math is because that's not my strong point. But last year we made
You're a communications major, right?
Right.
Yes.
Anthropology, international studies.
All right, so this has been going on for 21 years.
21 years, yep.
We had the original organizers, a couple guys. So is it still a couple guys? Or?
It's still, so James Borcheld is still involved. He's on our board. The board is called Back Creek Benefits, and we have a fantastic group of people, all volunteer, that work really hard during the spring and summer to get this going. And it's a fantastic group of people from James Borcheld. And we have people that come in from here in Eastport and then from all over the area. And, they just work really hard to make sure that every aspect from volunteers to safety and security to the finance and everything. And then I have the pleasure of working with them all as the director to kind of string it all together in the end.
You're the glue.
I don't know about that, but
Jessica Glue Pachler.
Right. My new name. But no, it's a great board, and we're really fortunate to have everybody work so hard to put this together. But last year we made $30,000 that we gave out to local charities, and that is the whole premise of the event. There's 2 premises. One is to showcase the amazing music scene that we have here in Annapolis. All of the bands are local, and we have a list of people that want to play every year. If we could have 6 stages, we'd be able to maybe fit everybody who wants to play here because we have such great musical talent here. They all play original music. And so it's a really great day. I mean, you can walk from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. from 11 a.m. when it starts until 8 p.m. when it closes, or about 7:45 when the last band shuts down. You can walk and hear an incredible breadth of music and different performers all the time. It's fantastic.
Because it's 4 stages, right?
4 stages. Yep.
35 bands?
37 bands.
Don't correct me on my own podcast.
Sorry. As you enter in on 2nd Street, you come to the first stage, which is the J stage. And that's sort of one of my favorite stages that we've added over the last 10 or 12 years. That stage is right next to the kids area.
All right, so break it down. Where are the stages?
Okay, so that's where I'm going to walk down. We're going to walk through, right? So you walk down 2nd Street. You start, the entrance is at the intersection of Eastern Avenue and 2nd. And so that's the entrance. Houses and the lot.
Ted lives there.
There's a grass lot for the Eastport Yacht Center. It has a grassy lot there with boats on it. So it's right next to, right near J World and the Chesapeake Bay Boating Club.
Gotcha.
Sort of right around the corner. So that's where the entrance is if you are paying cash on site or you're buying your tickets the day of. If you buy your tickets in advance, which you can save $5, then there is another entrance down the street, down Eastern Avenue at Horn Point Harbor Marina. And that entrance is for VIP ticket holders and people who have purchased general admission tickets in advance. So if you purchase in advance, you save $5 and you get a special entrance where you don't have to wait in line, which is kind of sweet. So anyway, but if you're coming in the general entrance, the main entrance, you walk in. There are vendors on both sides of you. There's a big kids area to your right. And then the first stage you get to is the J stage. And the J stage is focused on, we have Guava Jelly, which is a fantastic kid rock band that they play one of the first sets. Annapolis School of Rock, the Pretty School of Music, a lot of the up-and-coming musicians in the area, a lot of the teenagers that are playing at various organizations are all there. That stage is sponsored by J World, which is right next door, and Pretty School of Music. And so that's a really fun because parents can hang out and listen to some fantastic music while their kids are playing in the kids area, which is great. And also kids can hear some fantastic music. And, you know, a lot of festivals, the kids area tends to be far away from the music, but we want the kids to be exposed to the amazing music that we have. So that's cool. That's the first stage. And if you continue down 2nd Street, at the very end of 2nd Street is our 2nd Street stage. And that is the original stage that has been there for 21 years. It's the 21st year. That's the Eastport Yacht Center Street stage. And that has everybody from Sean Hetrick and the Leftovers to Dublin 5, Dean Rosenthal, who has played almost every Eastport A Rockin. Swamp Candy's playing there.
So those are all your big names in.
On Men in the Hollows. Well, that's a lot of the big names. That stage and Horn Point Harbor Marina stage are the two biggest stages. They're the two big names, the big bands that we have. They're actually, I should say, I mean, they're everywhere. We have fantastic music at each stage.
I mean, those are the ones that are the obvious children of Annapolis. Those are the ones that you see all the time.
Well, then
not to say they're better than anyone else, but they're just the ones those are the names that pop up.
Maybe,
all the time.
But then you look.
I never go out, and I know who Swamp Candy is, and I know Dee Rosenthal.
Right, but then you go to the lawn stage, which is a favorite stage because it's right on the beach, next to the McNasby building at the Maritime Museum, and they have the Eastport Oyster Boys on that stage. Scribe is on that stage. Alexander Peters and Tobias Russell. So also some really big names on that stage. So that one is located right on the beach. It's a fantastic location. People can stand on the dock. They can sit in the grass. It's a nice grassy area. That's also located right near the VIP area. So that one of the VIP sections is right next to that stage. So VIP members can sit in a nice grassy area and watch the music on that stage.
While having their shoulders massaged.
We're not that big of a VIP area.
I'm not doing it.
But they do have shade and some nice Yogi Bo seats to sit in. So, and free beer. Right? See? And then the other stage is if you walk down Bayshore Avenue, past the Wild Country Seafood, or if you're coming in from the VIP entrance.
Which is a wonderful place to eat, by the way, if no one has ever discovered that.
Fantastic. It is my favorite restaurant. You can get crabs, you can get crab cakes,
and
they will be serving, not hard crabs, but they'll be serving everything else on their menu all day at the festival.
That's a great family-owned business. Those guys are great.
It is. The last remaining watermen in Eastport. They fish right out of Eastport, and they sell it there every day. So we're really excited that they're a part of us because...
And they don't gouge on like some people I can mention that I won't because I don't want to get sued.
They're fantastic. We love to support them, and we love that they're a part of Eastport A Rockin because they really, speak to the true nature of Eastport A Rockin, which is that it's a community festival. It's a giant block party for our neighborhood, for the city of Annapolis, but to celebrate Eastport and all the things that make it great. So then you go past Wild Country, and you're in the Horn Point Harbor Marina, which is a new area that opened up 3 years ago, and we are really happy to work with them and have them involved. We have a great stage there. Sweet Lita's playing there this year, the Grilled Lincolns, Little Bird, Higher Education. Just some really fantastic bands on that scene. Yes!
I just dated myself too.
Right, exactly. So that stage is awesome, and throughout the whole festival, we have beer trucks, we have food trucks, we have vendors selling.
That's such a huge thing too. I will say that I love the food truck community that has exploded in Annapolis in the last few years. I don't know who you have there, so I don't want to throw out the names, but there's so many that I go from event to event, and I still see this, not just the same ones. I'm not like rolling my eyes going, oh, it's the same one. I'm like, here they are.
Right.
Like pizza and sliders and donuts and all these.
It's really great. Not only food trucks, we also just have some of the regular food vendors as well, which is great. Like Pit Boys. Pit Boys has been with Eastport A Rockin for a really long time. I don't know if they've been there since the beginning, but they've been there for a really long time, and they're doing all of their, roasting the pit beef right on site, which is fantastic. Big Fat Daddy's has been a part of our festival for a long time, so that's great. So we have, there's a lot of food. We have Peaches snow cones coming this year to do snow cones near on 2nd Street. And then you have all the T-shirt vendors and the, homemade jewelry, and Ramon Mathau is there with his art. And, that's fantastic. It's just a really great community. Garrett Park Guitars is there. There's a lot of musicians there. All of the musicians, I should mention because it's really important, they all perform for free. They get a T-shirt, they get some food, they get some drinks if they're over 21. But other than that, they all perform for free, which is a pretty cool thing, I think, to point out about this festival, that we have people in line to perform at this festival, and they perform for free. And, musicians don't get paid a lot as it is, and to give up their time, but they love it too. It's a community
That's going to be a tough sale for you guys going, hey, how would you guys like to perform for nothing?
Right? But it works, and they, and it's great.
But wait, there's more. It's hot on stage too.
But it's really fun. But from what I've heard from the musicians, what they've all told me is that they just like that they're able to be here and they're able to see other musicians, because when everyone's performing around the city and around the area, they're not getting to see each other on stage. So this is one place where they can kind of all get together and see each other.
Well, it's 9 hours of music too, right? So it's like 11 to 8, right?
Exactly.
That's a long day.
It is.
I don't know any of the festivals that last that long, except for the multi-day festivals.
Yeah. So we don't want to do a multi-day festival to Eastport. We love our neighbors, so we try to make it good on both sides. So we fit it all into one day, but it really is a great day.
Now, where do you fit all the people who are parking? What are you going to do with that?
So with parking, we always recommend that people park downtown in the parking garages. Take the circulator in from some of the outer parking garages. We have the Mother's is one of our sponsors. Mother's
Grill, the one in
Mother's Grill up
Serena
in
Park,
Arnold.
Arnold,
Park. And they have a shuttle. They have that big circulator shuttle. So that comes from City Dock over from the Circle at City Dock, basically the Market House, over to Eastport and drops people off, which is a great way, for people, because you can park in any garage, take the circulator downtown and hop on that. You can take the water taxi over. The water taxi drops off. So if you're, coming from the Edgewood Road area.
I've lived here 20 years. I've never taken the water taxi.
You should take the water taxi.
But now I kind of got a record going, so I don't want to break that.
Some records are meant to be broken,
I don't know.
It's a great thing. That's the best thing to do when you have guests in town that want to go out in the water, but they don't want to do a big trip. You go downtown and you take them to Davis's by the water taxi, and then you go back that way.
See, I don't. Like, when everyone comes to town, they're like, "Can we take the water taxi?" I'm like, "I don't even know where you catch it." I never know those things. I've taken the pedicab once.
Pedicabs are good too. They also come here, so that's
great.
Good.
Yeah, I did that once.
We have the pedicabs, or you can walk. There is not a lot of street parking in Eastport, and we do try to reserve that for the people who actually live in Eastport, so that they don't get upset. So we do ask people to find out. Or nowadays, you can take Uber or you can take Lyft, and they'll just drop you right off.
It's not bad. You're just across the bridge.
And then you don't have to worry about
don't be lazy,
driving.
The proceeds go to benefit local charities, right? You said?
Yes.
So which ones?
Proceeds go to benefit the Maritime Museum, which is where we are right now, and where
a
good portion of the festival is located. In the Maritime Museum, Eastport A Rockin has been sponsoring the Maritime Museum since the inception of the Maritime Museum. Eastport A Rockin predates the museum, but they've been one of our beneficiaries since the beginning. And then also another primary sponsor or primary beneficiary is the Annapolis Musicians Fund for Musicians,
That's AMFM. Yeah.
Yep. And that's a fantastic organization that is here in Annapolis that provides short-term disability to musicians who can't work because they're sick or they get injured.
Oh, that's cool.
Or any other, reason for gig loss. They also provide scholarships to young musicians who want to learn but don't have the funds to do that. So it's a fantastic organization that really supports our musicians, and so we like to support that. And then we also support the Eastport Volunteer Fire Company and Eastport Elementary, the Eastport Elementary. So
I'm seeing a pattern here.
we do try to keep it local.
Right. And dogs and kids are fine, of course.
Dogs and kids are fine. Dogs on leashes, please.
This is
Kids
Annapolis,
are fine.
so dogs you have
Yep,
to.
strollers are fine. It does get crowded, so, just keep that in mind. But the kids area is right at the front, so that sort of makes parents feel a little bit. I'm a parent, and so it makes me feel a little bit. So you can walk in and have it right there.
And kids under 12 are free, right?
Kids 12 and under are free.
Okay.
So
12 and
12
under.
and under, not just under 12. Those 12-year-olds are free too. And you can't bring in your own coolers. That's the only other thing. Can't bring in your own alcohol. We provide all the alcohol. There's also lemonade and water and sodas on sale. Oh, this year we're having a soda truck, not a food truck, but a soda truck that's coming in. Homemade.
I was about to say, I just saw like a Coke truck. You know they have machines for that, right? You just put your dollar in, and it spits it out 20 times.
So we're having homemade sodas.
Homemade soda, seriously?
Yeah, so that'll be pretty cool.
The guy wears like a soda jerk hat?
I don't know.
What do you want, Chief?
Exactly. So
right at you.
So that's something new we're having this year, which should be pretty fun.
That's pretty cool.
Red Wine comes in, and they bring their wine truck in, and so they have wine and mixed drinks in there. We also are DMV Distributing is helping to sponsor the VIP area and providing wine for that as well, which is great. And then Mother's comes in and makes crushes, which is maybe the most popular drink besides beer at the festival. So they make lots of crushes, orange crushes, grapefruit crushes.
So we're just a couple days out, and the weather looks great. Not too hot, but you don't want to Fernet it, so you want to make sure that you have enough sunscreen. You want to drink all your water and everything, or crushes. Tickets, you can still get tickets, right?
Yep. Tickets are available on eastportarockin.com. No G. It's EASTPOR.
Because they couldn't afford the G when they first started.
We didn't like the G. We want to drop that G. eastportarockin.com. Tickets are $15 for general admission, and they are $100 in advance for VIP. After midnight on Friday, they become $20 for general admission and $150 for VIP.
And gates open at 11?
Gates open at 11.
Goes till 8.
Till 8.
Park elsewhere.
Take
shuttles to the mother shuttle.
Take the mother shuttle.
Or walk, you lazy bums.
Take the water taxi. Or walk.
This sounds like fun. I would come if I were not going to be out of town because I'm all snotty.
This is much more fun than Ireland. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to Ireland to see my motherland again and to drink it.
We have beer here too.
It's funny. I will go overseas, but I'm terrified to leave my own house. As a matter of fact, the fact that I'm here right now, I'm going to have to go home and take a nap after this.
We're going to have Miller. We're going to have Yuengling. We're going to have
Heavy Seas. Miller Lite.
So we're going to have a wide variety. Bell's is going to be here. We have a great selection of domestic and craft beers. So
I'm a Miller Lite guy. I am kind of trailer trash that way. Not that Miller Lite's, well, it is kind of.
I'm a Yuengling because I'm from Pottsville, but
All right, Jessica. Hey, thanks for luring me out today, and get some sleep after this thing, and good luck with Saturday.
Thanks so much. I hope you, you're not going to come out, but I hope everybody listening comes out and enjoys the day because it's a lot of fun.
Great. For anyone else, the Eastport A Rockin is this June 17th, this Saturday. Get your tickets online and have a great time. Jess, thanks.
Thank you.
This has been the Maryland Crabs podcast with Tim Hamilton and John Fernet. Sure to follow them in all the regular places, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and online at themarylandcrabs.com. Take a moment to rate us on iTunes. Now, get the hell out of my kitchen. Seriously, go!
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.